Alright, so this video is going to be all about product pages and more specifically how to build and structure branded product pages for your Shopify dropshipping store. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Yash. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new and if you like what you hear and see by the end of this video, make sure you guys do subscribe with that post notification bell turned on so you guys are updated with all recent videos. Also, if you do want to get your good deed of the day out and done with, make sure you guys drop a huge like on this video. Do me a favor and absolutely smash that like button down below so this video can help and reach as many people as possible. So guys, I get tons and tons of messages every single week on Facebook and Instagram of people actually asking me to review and audit their product pages for their Shopify store. And quite frankly, more than half of these product pages absolutely suck. Now, I'm not saying that just to bash on these individuals, but without a doubt, your product page is the #1 factor that will determine your conversion rate. It'll also dictate how long people will spend on your website, move down your funnel, and actually buy your product. Honestly speaking, the way e-commerce dropshipping is moving forward in 2021 and onwards, it's more so moving towards the branding route. Slapping a shitty product on a shitty looking product page and running ads towards it just doesn't simply work anymore. So you really have to get out of that mindset and spend the proper time, energy, and effort to craft a high converting product page. Therefore, we're actually going to be taking a look at 2 different product pages from my old Shopify store, and I'm going to be breaking down the description, the pricing, the offer, the color schemes, where I actually had the placements, so on and so forth. I do recommend watching through the entire video as I'll be sharing a lot of tips, tricks, strategy, methods, and tactics I've learned over the past 3.5 years I've been in the e-commerce dropshipping space. These are all things that will help you craft beautiful and banging product pages. So without any further ado, let's hop behind my screen. Finally! As I mentioned before, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my old stores, Arkick. The store was initially paused, but because of this video, I did reopen it so I can show you the 2 products I was able to scale on this store. I can confidently say because the product page was so well done and actually putting the right time into it, that was a huge factor into the success of both of these products. Moving on, the first product I do want to showcase to you guys is the DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree. Now, you may or may not have already seen this product. Maybe you even tried to test it, but this product did very well for me as I got onto it quite early in Q4, as it is a Christmas/holiday product. Essentially, it's a miniature growing Christmas tree that grows by itself, absolutely makes a great activity and product for kids, especially during the winter and holiday seasons. Now, for any product, before I actually go ahead and write the description, one thing I always like to ask myself is who is the ideal purchaser or buyer of this product? What is the buyer and customer persona of the actual product? Who is my ideal customer for a product like this? That way you can actually better cater and better resonate to your customer. You want to make sure your description, let alone your product page, captivates and highly resonates with your potential customer, meaning it has to be relatable. For this specific product, I knew right off the bat my potential buyer or customer would be an adult, a parent, or a grandparent, for instance. Going actually into the description, how I like to structure most of my descriptions, and obviously this varies from product to product depending on the nature of it. However, for most descriptions, I like to follow a template that goes like mentioning some sort of problem or creating awareness around a problem or situation if there's no problem, maybe creating awareness around a task, then later actually moving down and creating awareness about the product, telling people what the product can do for them, whether it be features, benefits, or some sort of end result. This is kind of making people realize that this product is for them and they really need this product as soon as possible. And last but not least, I ended off with other supporting details that make sense for the customer to actually buy the product from your store. Let's actually see all of this in action. So for the title, instead of just DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree, I put Arkick DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree. Now, why?
Why?
Well, think about it. If you buy something from Nike or Nike.com, it's not going to say for the label or title of the product, Air Max 90 or Air Max 90 shoe or Air Max 90 sneaker. Instead, it's going to say Nike Air Max 90. The same concept applies to your dropshipping store. Whether you have a one product store, a general niche store, or a niche store, always add the actual title or name of your store behind every product title. Therefore, I have Arctic DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree. You make it seem like you're a little bit more authoritative, and perhaps your store is the only store that is selling this specific product. I then start out with a little blurb where it says, give yourself and your kids some time to enjoy and learn about Arctic DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree. It has the ability to grow in just a few hours, and you will be amazed when it does. Again, this is more of an introduction of the product. It's making people realize, their kids need some sort of enjoyment. They need actually something to learn in a creative way, especially during the holidays. I then go on by having a picture/GIF that actually shows the two different kinds of trees, because I do have a few variations/colors, and actually a GIF within a picture, which is pretty cool, of how the actual Christmas tree grows by itself. Visuals are no doubt very powerful in the product description. You'll see as we scroll down, I use GIFs and other images to break my text in between, so it is less of a strainful experience to people, and quite frankly, it's also an easier read. No one is just going to read paragraphs and paragraphs of text. Adding on to that, you also want to make sure the visual or the image that you're using some way or somehow supports the text either above it or below it. After this visual, I go ahead and talk a little bit about the product, where it says, this DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree transforms itself from a piece of cardboard into a full and bushy miniature tree. Again, that's the main aspect of this product. You'll also see that I do use bold words and bold phrases to actually what I think is important to mention and stand out to the potential customer in just 8 to 24 hours. Everything you need to create this transformation is included in the package. Insert the cardboard tree into the included dish, add the magic liquid, and presto, you've got a miniature magical Christmas tree. So because it ends by saying how it works, I have a visual, it's more of an image instead of a GIF, that shows how it works from 1, 2, and 3 when it's actually fully grown. Also keep in mind that you're not talking to a robot. People buy with emotion, justify with logic. Always remember that, especially if you're in sales. You've probably heard of that before. Your description has to be filled with emotion. When I say your description has to resonate with people, that's exactly what I mean. They actually have to visualize their child or their kid playing something like this, right? As they're reading this, their visualization is very important. So try to be concrete, try to be creative, and actually try to be human and talk to people when you are writing and constructing your product description. And I'm just saying that because I read descriptions that are super monotonous, super repetitive, and it quite frankly is very plain and very dull. Your description has to bring life to the product and actually have the customer go ahead and purchase the product. Right after that image, we go into the features and benefits. Now, sometimes I will have a separate features bullet point list and a separate benefits bullet point list. It just really depends on the product. For a product like this, it doesn't really more so have a lot of benefits. It does have a lot of features because it is a passion product. It is a very cool product for entertainment. So also knowing, again, the nature of your product is very important. If it's, for example, the infamous posture corrector, well, you're going to have a separate section for features and a separate section or bullet points for benefits. Features are basically what the product encompasses of. What's so cool about that product? Benefits, for example, are what the outcome is, what people will be able to gain in terms of value or a result from after purchasing that product. For this one, I specifically have 4 different features and benefits. Automatically increases in size, which is a feature and it goes by. You won't believe our eyes. This is the ultimate science experiment for you and your kids. Within just hours, the tree will be covered with gorgeous, colorful fluff and crystals. You can also customize it however you want. The next one is also a feature, fun to watch. It's incredibly simple and yet incredibly engaging. You will want to watch it grow because you don't want to miss out on anything. Moving forward, we have perfect Christmas decoration, which is also a feature and maybe somewhat of a benefit. Makes a great ornament during the Christmas time, or even piece to put in your home or office or anywhere you want. It will give you a light feeling and pleasurable ambience of Christmas. One thing you also want to take note of is I don't have anything, meaning I don't mention any of this technical or specific aspect of the product up here. Up here, you simply want to be talking about the product, what it does, and why it may appeal to people and why people actually need this product. I see too many people get super specific and technical right up here, and it ends up losing their potential customer. Up here, you want to keep things simple. Talk about the problem, create awareness about the product, use one or two visuals, then offer a solution to that problem through the product, or say what the product does or who it can benefit, and then actually go ahead and talk about features, benefits, so on and so forth, which you'll see how I ended off here. Last but not least, educational science tool. This item will challenge your children's imagination and pique their curiosity about how it grows. Have a fun talk with your kids about science and more. This is a benefit because kids can actually gain and learn something out of this product. Moving forward, I do have one more visual, which is a GIF that actually just shows the product overall, how it works. Moving down, we have easy to use, which basically just shows how to use the product. It's always good to have some sort of mini instructions if the product is not that self-explanatory, so people can actually see if it makes sense for them to purchase or buy the product. With the 4 instructional steps I also have a supporting image that shows how the product works and how it grows, and it even says, set this up on Christmas Eve with kids. You and your children will simply not believe your eyes when they wake up Christmas morning. Again, that's just a little sentence I have to support how the Christmas tree grows and to make people realize, oh wow, this is really cool and they need something like this. Afterwards, to wrap it up, I have something about what the actual package includes. I have this for every single product, even though if it's just one, so you make it very clear from the get-go as to what the customer will be receiving. In this case, they get the magic tree, they get the magic water pack, which makes the tree grow, and the plastic container which you actually grow the tree on. After that, I have do not put in a place with ventilation or warm sunlight. Don't move often. It is not recommended to plant in rainy, foggy, or humid weather, or else it will grow slowly. Main reason I do have this note is just to simply educate people about the product, to make sure they avoid certain situations. And for certain products, you do want to mention that to actually make people aware about the expectations about the product, and therefore also avoid chargebacks, disputes, and refunds. And final piece, the icing on the cake. I'm not a big trust guy person, but I like to have this right here. It says order ship in 1 business day, free shipping, 30-day guarantee, and also 2-year warranty, which I usually do offer in all of my dropshipping stores. I know a lot of people use payment trust badges, but a lot of Shopify themes / stores come with pre-installed trust badges in their footer and also on the cart page. So I like to switch it up and have these little 4 icons right here just to have a little bit more trust and confidence in the potential customer's mind. Now that we got the main and important chunk of the product page out the way, the description, I thought I'd show you guys how it all fits together and why this product page converted so well. I also have it on mobile view because more than 70 or 80% of your potential customer or traffic will be from mobile users, so I thought that'd be just most relevant for you guys to see. Now that does mean to have your product page optimized for both mobile and desktop. Do not neglect desktop, because I've seen a lot of product pages be really good on mobile and kind of be okay on desktop. You will have desktop users. For every product, it is different. For every country, it is different. For every placement, it is different on Facebook. So therefore, make sure both optimizations are there for both sorts of devices. Starting on the top, we have this week only exclusive early bird holiday sale. Like I mentioned before, I did sell this product predominantly in the beginning of Q4. Moving down the list, you can see we have my logo. It's not too big, it's not too small. There's not a lot of white space. It's just the right size so people can actually read it and see it clearly, because it does represent your brand at the end of the day. Right when we move down, we have a few product images. You want to make sure, guys, all of your product images are as clean as possible. You also want to make sure none of your product images repeat in the main product section and in your description. You want to make sure you're not actually repetitive. Sometimes I also like to include videos in the product description as well. I always like to have my best product pictures at the beginning. Mostly I'll have all the product pictures of the variants, because I do have 3 different variants. I had the green tree, the rainbow tree, which by the way should move with the variant. I know a lot of people have 5, 6, 7 different variants, but when they click on one, the product actually stays the same. You want to make sure it changes, meaning the image changes with the corresponding variant. Title, like I said, Arctic DIY Magical Growing Christmas Tree. Sounds better, looks better. You want to make sure you have reviews. I have 22 reviews for this specific product. You can use an app like Luke's. You can also get reviews from Amazon, or if your product doesn't have a lot of reviews, you can even go ahead and make a few reviews up. That's totally okay. Now notice all the color schemes so far. Everything is mostly black, blue, and white. I have the stars and the price in blue because it matches the logo. You don't want it to have it like purple or orange, something that would throw people off. Congruency is very important, which you'll also notice as I scroll down the rest of the product page. Make sure your quantity selector is also enabled so people can buy more than one if they want to. For my CTA or call to action button, I personally put buy now. I do not have a dynamic checkout button. Dynamic checkout button is essentially having 2 or 3 different buttons. One can say buy it now, one can say add to cart. I've also seen add to cart, buy with PayPal, but I like to keep things simple and I only have one button, so I disabled my dynamic checkout button. That one button I have also reads buy it now instead of add to cart. I think buy it now is more direct and it's more authoritative to your potential customer. It's almost like saying it's aggressive in a good way. This has worked really well for me and I have it the same way in all of my stores. So in the case, if your specific Shopify theme does not have this written on its main CTA button, I'll show you how to change that really quick. What you want to do is go to online store and then go to themes. After you do that, you want to go to where it says actions and click on edit languages. Afterwards, you want to make sure that you're on general and go to the search bar right here and type in add to cart. Once you type that in, you want to scroll down and you'll see for yours, it will say add to cart right here, but I changed that to buy it now. So you can simply just type it in, buy it now. You can also have buy now or order it now, completely your preference. Afterwards, make sure you scroll to the top and boom, click on save. Once you change that on the back end, you'll see this main CTA button reflect that corresponding text. Moving down to the description, I know we already covered that, but this is how it looks on the actual product page in mobile view. Everything's super neat, super congruent. Spelling, grammar, punctuation, breaks, spacing, everything is on point, which is very important. You want to make sure nothing is off to actually have your customer click off of your product page. You don't want anything to tick people off, to mislead people, and literally have no missing leaks to have your customer be like, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to buy from this store anymore because of this or because of that. Moving down, just like how I showed you before, this is how it looks. You can see the trust badge fits right there. It also matches my actual color of the logo as well. You'll see mostly I am using black, white, and that shade of blue throughout my product page. It keeps things simple and it keeps things organized. Like I said, I do use Luke's for reviews. I like to have at least 20 reviews for each product to have that trust factor enabled, and make sure you do have a few picture reviews as well to see the product in action. People always like to see human perception, or if not, at least some sort of perception of the product. Ending it off, here I have my main menu, customer care menu, my newsletter, my social media, my logo, and like I said, most Shopify themes does have the payment trust badges in the footer. Therefore, I don't have it at the end of my product description. One more thing you'll actually notice also, and this is very important, is do not have a lot of pop-ups and a lot of distractions. When the store was active, I did have one newsletter for people to enter their email and get 5 or 10% off in return, but there's not a bunch of things going on. There's not a bunch of clutter. Clutter is also not good because it will mislead people. It will drive people off of your product page because it's annoying and people don't want to have that. Therefore, have it minimal, have it simple, come to the point, make it look nice and branded. You'll see like the most successful e-commerce brands out there have things very minimal and actually mainly focus on the product itself and not anything else. Moving on to the second and last product, we have the 18-in-1 Snowflake Multi-Tool, a really great product for Q4. A lot of you guys may have tested this or at least have seen this during the holiday season, an absolute massive winner in the dropshipping space overall. You'll see that most of my product descriptions follow a very similar and alike structure. So going to the title, it says Arctic 18-in-1 Snowflake Multi-Tool. Make sure the first letter of each word is capitalized. Moving on to the main juicy part, the description, it says, with this tool, life will be full of creativity. Yes, sometimes I do like to have a heading depending on the product. This heading is typically a few words or maybe a sentence or two at max, and it really contributes or focuses on the main point of the product. Like, oh wow, with this tool, my life will be full of creativity. I can use it on a week to week, on a daily basis. Going off of that, it says our new Arctic 18-in-1 Snowflake Multi-Tool. Yes, by the way, sometimes I do like to introduce the product or the item being as new to create hype around it. It is an incredible gadget that is used for more than 18 operations like opening a beer bottle, turning a screw, and fixing a bicycle. The Snowflake Multi-Tool renders usage in processes of aligning, tightening, connecting, and balancing. Notice how I have it in bold because this really supports everything the tool can offer and more. Solve trivial or large everyday tasks and problems. It's making people aware like, damn, this Snowflake Multi-Tool is absolutely badass. They can use it every single day, every single week for multiple tasks and for multiple things, and it's super convenient and portable. The supporting visual after that is a GIF which shows how it can be used in different environments, different cases, and different scenarios. On a bike, tightening screws, on a skateboard, opening a beer bottle, so on and so forth. So it's really creating that wow effect right from the beginning. It's captivating people to continue reading about this product and finding out more about it. Use your imagination and explore its many special uses. The Snowflake Multi-Tool is always there when you need it for your appliance, vehicle, or anything else. This handy little tool is sure to surprise you. Now it's talking a little bit more about the product. What can the tool actually offer people? Made of high quality 420 stainless steel, boom, instantly adds more value to the product. With exquisite workmanship, our unique Snowflake Multi-Tool is also the perfect device to attach to your keychain or backpack. So now it's also very compatible to take with you wherever you go. Now we're getting into the specifics. Use it as a keyring, bottle opener, small Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, hex wrench, Allen wrench, box cutter, end wrench, keychain, pendant, or even a Christmas tree decoration. The supporting visual right after is this image of all 18 tools about what the actual Snowflake tool has to offer that people very may want to know before purchasing it. Moving on to features and benefits. Yes, just like the last product, this does have more features than more benefits, so I did include it in one line. Premium material made of stainless steel, durable, wear resistant technology, not easy to rust, bend, or dull, could last for years, and it can also hold up to 50 kilograms. That's how you know it's really strong and it's made of good material and can go through the wear and tear. Because now we're not just talking to parents, but we're talking about outdoor enthusiasts, mechanics, people who are handy, people who are into construction, fixing, do-it-yourself, hiking, bicycling, right? We're talking to people who are active and people who will actually use something like this on a day-to-day or weekly basis. So that is how we're also constructing and voicing the description. Wide and multifunctional use can be used to open beer bottles, rotate various screws, fix skis and bicycles, open curtains. You can use it in travels, outdoor adventures, sports, camping, boarding, exploration, and rescue, so on and so forth. You can also explore its special usages by your imagination. We believe it must bring you more inspiration. Mini size and lightweight, another feature, only 3 ounces, only 2.5 inches long. Again, it's super easy to take with you wherever you want. Comes with the keychain, which you can also hang on your backpack or handbag. Makes a great gift. I was selling this mainly for the holidays, so again, can be a perfect present for your dad, husband, boyfriend. You want to make people realize like, oh wow, maybe your dad or your husband or your uncle or your boyfriend may like something like this. So how about you buy it for them, even for a birthday or any other occasion as well. Last but not least, unique and special design, easy to carry, perfect shape to combine with functionality and design. One more time, we have a supporting visual. This is an image of the actual snowflake multi-tool being used in different scenarios. Over here as a gift, over here to tighten a screw, over here to open up a bottle, over here as a box cutter to open up a box. For this, I also have specifications. If you have anything more specific or more minute about the product that you feel like people should know, such as weight, length, dimensions, colors, sizes, this is a great place to include that as well, so people are well educated and expected of the product. Material, stainless steel, product dimensions 3 by 2.5 times 0.9, weight 3.2 ounces, and then I also have package includes. It includes obviously one 18-in-1 snowflake multi-tool and also one keychain ring, so people can take it wherever they want with them. To end it off, we have these trust badges here. Again, same ones as you saw last time. These are all the images I actually have for this product. I can actually even go through them with you. Boom. So this is the first one. This is the second one right here. The third one, again, these are all super congruent because it's showing the actual color of it. There's 3 different colors of it, which you'll see on the product page. Again, it's being shown in action, being shown in action again, being shown in action again for different use, for different use, for different use. Same structure, same store for this specific product. You can see the images are very clear. You want to make sure they also have no sort of logo, no sort of other watermark, no other company trademark symbol. These are the things you want to be actually very careful about. People are actually holding the product as well. Human perception, again, is very important. You want to see maybe, how big the product is, how it looks when someone is holding it, how it looks when someone's actually using it in action. So again, these are things to always have variety of different pictures. And like I said, make sure they do not repeat in the product description. Again, you don't want to be repetitive. Moving down, we have 19 reviews. Don't kill me. I know he said 20 reviews, but all good. 19 reviews. We have it on sale, $12.95. 3 different colors, black, silver, and then also rainbow as well. You'll see for the variants, all of the pictures are very congruent and someone actually holding it in their hands. So that's what I try to keep in mind as well, for the pictures to be congruent for every single variant that you have for your product. Moving forward, we have the infamous buy it now button. I also have an app called volume and discounted pricing, which allows people to buy more than 1 unit and actually obtain a discount. That's why I wanted to show you this product page as well, because this one actually had an app enabled into it. If you do have an app, make sure it fits right into it. Make sure it doesn't throw anything off. Make sure it's not like uneven or incongruent or has different colors in it that can really throw people off as well. As you can clearly see, there's nothing that is off about this app. It fits right in. Buy more, save more. If you buy 2, well, you get 10% off of each. If you buy 3, you get 15% off of each. Very simple. So actually take the time to configure the app that you're going to add on your product page and make sure it fits in. Boom, we have the description that I actually showed you guys. Again, spacing, breaks. Everything is very evenly used, very properly used, kept in mind in. And we have the trust badges down here and some reviews which do have pictures. Again, pictures are very, very important, and they are, quite frankly, very powerful. To wrap it all up, these are my main takeaways to keep in mind when structuring and forming your product page. Using a paid theme. The store I showed you was on a paid theme. It's called the Motion theme. Use a paid theme if your budget allows you to do so. If not, you can very likely use a theme like Debutify and spend some time customizing it. Paid themes, for one, have a lot of customizations. They look more professional. They look more branded. The consumer market is also attained of generic free dropshipping themes. So again, it just builds more trust and confidence in your potential customers' eyes. It also has a lot of add-ons, widgets, and apps that are pre-installed on the theme that can help you better optimize and have your store converted. And it will also save a lot of time and money in the long run. That's why I personally prefer to use paid themes, just because there's more it has to offer in general and looks more branded. Colors and fonts, keep it simple and don't overdo it. Don't have a bunch of colors floating around. It can throw people off, make people confused, and have your store come off as spammy. You saw on mine, I had 3 different colors, 3 different main colors at least: black, blue, and white. Have a compelling and incentivizing deal or offer. Have your product between 20 to 50% off depending on the product and depending on the time of year we're in. Have some sort of incentivizing offer, like I said, BOGO, buy one, get one 50% off. Something that I had: buy 2, get 10% off, buy 3, get 15% off. This is a big one, like I said: HD product pictures, no logos, other watermarks, no pictures from AliExpress or from other Chinese suppliers that have Chinese written over them, so on and so forth. Use of breaks in spacing and description. I see a lot of descriptions that I actually audit that have insufficient breaking. I mean, there's so much space between one picture and then very little spacing between another picture. So make sure everything is very even in terms of text and pictures. A clear call to action or CTA button. I showed you guys on how to change that, how to customize it. Having something like buy now, buy it now, order now, or order it now can absolutely make a difference. At the bigger picture, this all comes down to authority and trust. You want to make sure when someone lands on your product page, first and foremost, there's not a lot of distractions, which is another main takeaway. And boom, they see the pictures, the price, the offer, the description, the reviews. They're super guided down the entire process, and more than likely the vibe of the product page, the energy of the product page, the environment of the product page really relates to a potential customer. That is absolutely what you want to keep in mind. Try different things out, try different color schemes, try different fonts, play around with the theme. The more effort you put into making your product page better, the more of a result you will also see. Thank you guys so much for making it till the end of the video. Make sure you guys actually implement these strategies and tips on your Shopify dropshipping store product pages to make sure you're making the most out of your product you are testing and scaling, let alone increase and maximize your conversion rate. Dropshipping in 2021 and onwards will definitely be somewhat of a different ballgame in terms of ensuring your product page is as branded and as optimized as possible. Trust me, this will go a long way and really separate you from your other competitors. Last but not least, if you do have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, make sure you guys drop it in the comments down below, as I do reply to each and every single one of them. Keep working hard. More importantly, keep being awesome. Until the next one, your boy's out. Peace.